It's weird because like we're all at home. It's not the same as being in like a studio like normal. I'm just sort of chilling. It's a film production podcast, but it's with the crew rather than guests, I guess. We've got Jules, we've got Aarif, and we've got Lucy here, and we're all just sort of hanging out. We're working out what the kinks of the podcast, while in quarantine. So yeah, it's starting, guys. I don't know if anyone wants to talk about like what the plan is, because I don't know if how long I can ad lib for.
Well, I think the idea first came around last week. Maybe we could carry it on, because at first it was like it's not a priority really, but then as it dawned that we might be in this situation for a few months, we thought we need to carry on these podcasts because they were great, and a few people asking.
Yeah, so many people on YouTube and and stuff. They still manage to make podcasts. Like most podcasters are still like I feel like there's more podcasts coming out now because people don't have anything to do. So it seems silly not to. And all these like famous people that normally are working on their editing and stuff, they're all free. So we need to like somehow rope them into coming and speaking to us. I don't know, some sort of form. I'm sure we can arrange something, right, Aarif?
Yeah, I think so. We can send a few messages out, get someone on. Even if it's a quick, 15-minute, 20-minute podcast, we can try and get someone on. Have you got any ideas?
Let's see if we can get Roger Deakins on.
Well.
Yeah. Well, he's got
aim high.
Yeah.
He's got something on tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's doing a Q&A for University of Salford, which is pretty cool. Which is nice of him. What a nice man.
Yeah.
What was that, Jules? Sorry.
De Niro.
Oh yeah, he'll be free. Let's get De Niro on.
Let's just get Dylan instead. Dylan can do De Niro. It's fine.
Yeah, we could have Dylan and a Jeremiah Quinn face off with the impressions.
That's a good lineup.
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, like, I don't know if there's like, because I think today we were going to sort of do this as a pitch, right? Being like, what do people want to see? Like, what is it that people want to hear about? What do you want to hear from? Do we still want to do a script writing one? Because that could be very possible. I know that Beth was very ready to do a script writing one just before everything sort of went west and everything's gone wrong now in the world. So maybe trying to get someone like that on and doing a podcast like that would be awesome. But yeah, we want to hear from our loyal listeners and viewers. If you're watching on YouTube, all the amazing ideas you have, because we don't want to come up with them. We want you to come up with them for us.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Just get people to see what you want,
So what's everyone been up to the last 2 weeks? Charles, what have you been up to?
Procrastinating, to be honest.
Have you come across anything that you wouldn't have normally? That you
I mean, I think mostly I've been sort of doing a lot of painting, which I don't normally get time to do, because of life gets in the way. And I've also been doing a lot of work on 3D modeling, and sort of learning, like teaching myself stuff like Blender and Maya, which is kind of fun. It's a good time to sort of get those sort of skills ready, because like sort of my plan for third year and going into that is to use those elements for something. It's a secret at the moment, but there's a project there somewhere that I'm sort of working out. But yeah, that's me. That's what I'm doing.
So are you doing this via LinkedIn Learning that all students have access to? Or
I mean, yeah, I am. No, I'm using YouTube mostly. I would use LinkedIn Learning. I have used it before. It is useful. But I've just not. I feel like the web app is kind of not very good. The mobile app's much better, and it's hard to like have my phone in front of me and be doing it on the computer. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like.
Resource. What I'm trying to say is, for people who are thinking of things to do that are film related and keeping up their kind of learning, you can go on LinkedIn Learning and do that.
Yeah. Yes, you can. That is definitely something you can do.
And you don't get the adverts on like you do on YouTube.
That's true. Or just get ad blocker.
That's what I do.
I'm not trying to say that you should not support people on YouTube. I have a very strong feeling about YouTube and how people should use it. But there you go. Disable ad blocker for your favorite people on YouTube. Give them some of that ad revenue money. They need it more than you could ever possibly imagine, especially when their whole careers are focused around it. There you go.
Go on, Jules. Tell us something.
I think I've just kind of found more time to kind of talk to the people I've been networking with across the last few years, and because they've got more time to talk to me now, so it's kind of like it's an opportunity I've been using to kind of research for opportunities after graduation, rather than having to do that in from kind of February onwards next year, where I'll be concentrating on my final project. So I kind of just setting up those opportunities or building those relationships now with the people that have got the time because of quarantine, because they're not working at the moment. And just messaging those people and seeing kind of what they're up to, and then eventually kind of suggesting a collaboration with something or something like that, really. And just kind of writing up those unfinished script ideas that I have, even if they're not any good, it's just good to have them on the shelf finished, or at least adapted. So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
It's funny actually when you were saying that about, because I think that even though that everyone's in quarantine and self-isolating, you can still keep up that networking quite easily, via virtual meetings, or you just seem to contact people more. I mean, I've made more phone calls in the last 2 weeks than I have probably in the last year, actual phone calls off my mobile to phone people, about, and then maybe speaking about projects that I can do in the future with them after this is all finished. So
I guess it's the best time for it because these people are free at the moment, aren't they? They're not doing anything else. So you emailing them, this is the perfect time when they'll just be sat around at home checking their emails, and then talking to people. So yeah, do that, people.
So I think the first week of quarantine was kind of like a holiday or break for some people, and then now it's like, oh, I'm bored now. I want to talk to people. So these the people that you want to possibly work with, they're free and they're wanting to talk to someone because they're so bloody bored.
I think also this week especially, I think it dawned on most people that it's finally sank in that it's going to be a few months at least. It's not just a couple of weeks. So I think this is definitely the right time. I think people have started to grasp that, and like what Charlie said earlier, that people are just sat around, even famous people are sat around not doing much. So it's a time to contact them, get them on board, speak to them. And yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're a student and you've got ideas, just get them on paper, get them done, get the wheels moving. Because
I'm pretty sure there's a script competition going on at the moment as well that that's been built around the fact that everyone is in quarantine at the moment, and it's for younger people in particular. I can't remember the name of it, but if we find it, we'll definitely put it in. I'm going to search it now, but if you can find, we'll put it in the podcast description or something.
Yeah, I've seen it on LinkedIn. I think it is affiliated with BBC or Channel 4 or someone like that. Yeah, I know Stephen Murphy did share something on LinkedIn about that.
It's not the what was it, the pint of lager and is it packet crisps, that one? So that one, is it?
Oh yeah, that's one of them. That's definitely one of them.
I think someone looked at it and they contacted the company. I think it was Dylan, and they said that it was years ago that it was an old one.
But no, there's been a few competitions that have been released, and I know some of the film festivals are still accepting, submissions as well. So it's quite a lot to do. It's just actually going out to record film with the team. With a crew, you can't actually do that. But I think So, Lisa?
Nothing film related as of yet. I've been busy doing renovations on my house. But I need to get into that. I need to start doing the assignments, go over that, figure out how we're all going to do that for a new setting. Also need to think about how to do a proper film CV and if people need to have websites, that kind of thing. That hasn't really been talked about much at uni, and I'm intrigued to know if people actually need to do CVs and stuff, or how a professional one would look compared to if you're applying to a regular job.
Yeah,
that's something I'm interested in.
I think it's something that you can definitely spend time on, because you put your effort and time into something like that. you will get the outcomes, I think. Especially if you research it, like what you just said, the difference between a professional CV and a film CV.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of research into that. And definitely you've got time after you renovated your house.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I just found the script composition. It stops on the 30th of March, so we're a bit late for that. Yeah. Never mind. It was there, and I'm sure there's going to be other ones, depending on how long this is. But it was particularly about isolation. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people are a bit sick of isolation and kind of want to get away from it rather than write a script about it. But there you go.
But the other thing is to look at the film festivals that have had to postpone, or the film festivals that are planning ahead for that later on in the year or next year. They are the ones putting up competitions at the moment as well for their submissions. They might put another category and say, do a film about the quarantine. As much as every student film the next few years is going to be about quarantine. Do those films.
I really hope not. I'm already sick of it. If every year now there's at least one quarantine film, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's going to start pissing me off. I can tell you already.
They banned the use of guns and weapons in films or violence. I'll add on the list of bans, I think.
Yeah.
Banned quarantine films. Oh man, yeah.
Have you seen any good films over the past 2 weeks, or any films that someone recommended and you've not heard of before?
I don't know if I've watched any films.
Not really.
I've not seen that before. Yeah, I watched Goodfellas. I loved it. Yeah, it's great.
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Have you ever seen Goodfellas before?
No, it was recommended to me by a friend.
Dylan.
No, not Dylan. But I think it's been an opportunity to for me to go through my Netflix list.
Definitely.
What I want to watch. So I've added the Tiger King to my list recently.
What is that show? I keep seeing it on social media. I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
which show is this?
The Tiger King.
Oh, Tiger King. Yeah, I need to watch that. Is it a documentary or a show?
I think it's a series. It's 8 episodes or something. But I think it's a documentary series.
Okay. I watched a film the other day called Thunder Road.
Oh yeah.
Netflix.
Oh yeah, I remember
Thunder
seeing
Road.
there was a short film first, wasn't it, that won at a film festival,
that's
and they
right,
made it into a whole film. Yeah.
Honestly,
it looks really good.
You need to watch it. Do you know
what I watched actually? I've just remembered. I did watch something, but I remember why I don't remember it now. I watched the original Blade Runner, and I thought it was absolute dog. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now that's going to be a controversial opinion for a lot of people, and they're going to really flip that I've said this. But I thought that they were, it was at a time when I don't think it's aged well. Basically, they've got all these really long, boring sci-fi shots that, nowadays you see so many of them, you're just uninterested by them. But you can tell at the time they were like, wow, this is the best thing that we've ever done. So we've got to have 10 minutes of this one crap shot where it just slowly pans through a super urban landscape. I don't know. It just, and the characters were kind of boring. I mean, the concept in the world is cool, but I think what's his face? Harrison Ford's character was just kind of boring, to be honest. He just didn't engage me as much as I thought he would, and everyone raves about it. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I didn't like the original Blade Runner film.
Well, we can discuss this in detail with Papa Biggs next week because they're big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, careful.
I'm sure that's a film that Stephen loves as well. So
yeah, he does love it. He's got every edition. We actually watched it. It was his suggestion we'd watch on the first film production cinema club. We got a good turnout. About 50, 60 people turned up, and that was the film that we watched. Yeah, Blade Runner.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. I thought it was really bad. And then it ends, there's a really nice ending, and then there's an extra bit at the end where it's just this weird interaction, and it's just not very good. I don't know. I just thought maybe I need to watch it again, and maybe someone needs to tell me why it's good. It looked awesome and the setting was cool, but apart from that, I feel like it'd make a better book than it did a film.
Yeah, I think I watched it for the first time last month. And like what you just said then towards the end, you said that it was set well, the production, costume design, and all that.
Yeah, it was beautiful, mate.
It was beautiful, yeah. And I think you just have to appreciate the time it was made When was it? Late
70s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let me just do a quick.
Either early 80s or late 70s, and I think you just have
82, so like early 80s.
So I think it was. I mean, I'm not a sci-fi fan, but I kind of enjoyed it. Would I watch it again? Probably not. But I wouldn't say it was.
It's definitely not the best Ridley Scott film, though. I'd argue Alien was a lot better.
Would you watch Blade Runner 2049?
Well, people have said that it's a lot better because like they don't need to hang on those like sci-fi shots for like 30 minutes now because they're not because they take so much less time to make because like they had to make loads of models and stuff for this one and like because there was no 3D rendering at this point when they made this film, so they're probably all models and stuff. And it probably took them hours and hours and hours to make these shots. And I'm sure in the cinema it looked beautiful at the time, but now it's not aged very well. And like, I just think it looks, I think Blade Runner, the newer one, because they don't have to spend as much time on those shots because they know the audience goes, oh, that's yeah, okay, I understand that. It's more like focused on maybe the story a bit more and the characters. I mean, people say that they prefer the new one, but maybe it's just because it's been brought up to date a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll watch it. I think I'll watch the new one.
Yeah, I'll watch the new one as well.
I watched the first 40 minutes and I thought it was really boring. I gave up after
the new one.
minutes. Yeah, I was just bored by it. I still think it was really long and really slow.
Wow.
And I hate Ryan Gosling as well. So
you hate Ryan Gosling?
I don't like Ryan Gosling. I don't get it. I don't get Ryan Gosling. He's not that good.
Oh, there was actually a film I watched last week with Ryan Gosling. It was called like something Behind the Peaks or the Pines, about him being a motorcyclist. It was on BBC iPlayer. It was actually a really good film.
I just think he's the same performance in every film, and it's not good.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it. It was called A Place Behind the Pines, I think.
Right.
And it had Eva Mendes in it, and it had he was the guy in Limitless.
Bradley Cooper.
Yes, it had Bradley Cooper in it. And well, Ryan Gosling, his character is exactly the same as Drive. If you've seen Drive.
Oh yeah.
Film is the same.
Much dialogue, just lots of.
Just very brooding.
Same in La La Land as well, which I also hate.
You hate it because of Ryan Gosling, or?
I hate the film, and I also hate that he's in it. But La La Land, I'm not a fan of that film.
Like Joker.
Yeah, I love Joker. Great film. One of my favorites. Amazing film.
Gets so much hate that I don't know why.
What, Joker?
Yeah, it gets so much hate. It just.
I think it's weird because because at this point I can't tell whether people hate Joker because everyone liked it so much you don't like it. So okay, fair enough. If Dylan's listening to this, Dylan, I'm not sure if your opinion is that you hated it when you went to the cinema, or if you just hate it now because everyone else likes it. Or... Well,
I went to the cinema with Dylan to go watch it for the first time.
Oh.
He didn't like it, but he's gonna hate me for this. But I think he hates it more because of the whole meme, like internet culture around it. Because
Joker?
Yeah, I think so. I think he didn't like it, but because it's become a meme and like everyone loves to hate it, he now hates it more. I think
he wouldn't get it.
Did he never actually come up with the proper reasons to why he didn't like it?
No, he didn't.
I mean, Charlie did. When Charlie speaking on Joker, he said he didn't like it because Joker didn't survive when he went inside the fridge.
Oh yeah, that was weird. It was stupid. It was just a weird scene. I don't know even why they put it in the film. It's crap. Like it's just, how did he get out of the fridge?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I
haven't seen Joker, so I'm pretty confused.
I think it's long and
climbed
boring.
inside. Do you know those old like locking fridges with the handle?
Yeah.
So he climbs inside the fridge and shuts the door. Okay, how the fuck would he get out of that fridge? Like,
there must be like an emergency button, like.
No, there's no emergency button. Why would there be an emergency button in a fridge to get out of the fridge? No one's ever going to go in a
fridge. Because the Joker got stuck in a fridge, apparently.
Well, actually, as well, how did Harrison Ford get out of the fridge in Indiana Jones when the nuke goes off? I mean, okay, fair enough. The doors, like the hinges on the doors might have been messed up because of the nuke, but like, I don't know. It just seems like he kicks the door of the fridge off, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, those fridges were dangerous. They killed people back in the day. There's old PSAs about it. Don't climb in fridges because they kill you.
You don't like it, Juliet. I know Juliet won't like it.
It's a film that no one ever says it was all right. You know, it was either
I love it or I hate it.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm
And I
surprised
also,
not more people have made films actually while they've been in quarantine, like from the students anyway.
I
I
think
thought I'd see more.
I think they're trying, thinking of ideas, but there's only so much you can do on a mobile phone, right? Like most students don't have access to like proper cameras, maybe DSLRs. I mean,
Yeah.
what have you guys thought of making anything?
I've made a couple things.
It's just a case of like, I mean, I've mainly been writing the stuff that like the ideas I've had, but even if I was to make any, you're limited to how long you can be outside for, really, or who you can be outside with. So, yeah, there's only so much you can do with your parents, your brother, and your dog.
Yeah. Big film about a dog.
Yeah, a talking dog.
Who cures peanut butter.
Who cures the coronavirus?
Okay.
That'd be nice.
It'll be the next Isle of Dogs film.
Isle of Dogs?
Yeah.
I've not heard of this. Is this a meme that I don't know?
What?
What do you mean?
Isle of Dogs. Oh.
Yeah, isn't it the Wes Anderson film? That weird animated film that came out, like the stop motion looking claymation thing.
I've not seen this either.
Is it
worth watching?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I really enjoyed
it. I haven't seen it, but it looks creepy.
Oh, this weird one. Yeah, I have seen it. Yeah, the Wes Anderson film.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard of it, but I didn't watch it.
It is good.
Interesting, a American director making a Japanese film.
So, as the podcast team, what would be our message to anyone that's listening who we want to get on here and talk about something?
Overall, if you're passionate about something and want to share your opinions and have something really interesting you want to say, or there's a certain lecturer that you'd like to talk to about a certain topic, let us know and we can do it. Like, we have the power, we have the resources.
And what are the requirements technically? Webcam, headset, good internet connection?
A webcam, a headset, and like a half decent internet connection is all you need. Like, I have the worst webcam in the world currently. I don't know how bad it looks for you guys, but it's not very good. And yeah, just be like, even if you can't necessarily talk, like have a webcam, like even if you can just talk, like it might still be good. Like, we could still probably get a good podcast out of it because we don't necessarily have to upload it to YouTube. So, just let us know and we can do something. That's it.
And one last thing, let's all recommend a film for the watching public.
Ooh,
a quarantine film. I'm gonna recommend Thunder Road. It's only 90 minutes long. It's fun. It's quite tragic, but every single scene and every single line that's delivered is from the heart in that film.
Yeah.
It's so like real, and I definitely recommend it. I'd give it possibly an 8 out of 10, maybe 7.8 out of 10. So that's my suggestion. Thunder Road. It's on Netflix. Lisa?
The last film I watched was what was it called? The Bone Collector with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie. It's like a murder mystery film. It's really good.
Old. About 95. 94.
Yeah, it's a really young Angelina Jolie, and really good performances in it. And I'd go with that. That's a good film. I like that film.
Jules?
I'm just going to Goodfellas. It's on Netflix. I didn't know it was based on a true story. So I liked researching that afterwards. Watch Goodfellas.
Nice. My recommendation is the classic British horror 28 Days Later. You should definitely watch that film and it make you feel less shitty about your current situation. Go watch it. If you don't like gore, probably don't watch it. But otherwise, watch it because it's kind of fun and I like it.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Is that it?
Thank you. Yeah, I guess that's it. We've not really got anything else to say, have we? It's just like we may be doing this.
The podcast to kind of test how this works and also to kind of get the ball rolling again.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe get some interesting guests on in the next few weeks. So hopefully we'll have a few people reaching out to us. We can reach out to them as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a few ideas, and obviously, I mean, we've got a few ideas who we can get on.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, and if anyone's got any suggestions, please let us know.
Yeah. Message any of us on Instagram,
Yes.
Facebook, whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks. See you guys.
Thank you, everyone, for
Take care.
listening and
Stay
watching. Stay safe.
See you later, guys.